In this video, check out the previous video on a little bit of camera history. In this video, we're going to have a look at the Z8.
Actually, we don't. We look at peak designs in this video.
This is a Think Tank digital holster 20, and it's quite lightweight for what it is. It's got some degree of padding on it, and the Z8 with the 24 to 120 fits in there very nicely. If I put the Kirk or AL bracket on, then it becomes a little bit tight in there. It will still fit, but it is a bit tighter. So what I've done, I've put Peak Design thingamybobs on. So I've put two up there, and then I've put an old, because this is an old Peak Design base plate. I've got the lightweight one at home, and then I got a regular strap here. So I put my older base plate on, and then attached to that is another one. They send about 4 of these clips out. I took off the triangular thing, thinking that I'd be able to get these through there and not have that metal dangly bit, but I couldn't thread them through, so I ended up having to put those triangle things back on. But how they work, because you know, some people may not have seen them. So this is a Peak Design strap. So the idea is that there might be times, maybe when you're using a tripod or something, you know, when you don't want, you know, a strap. To be fair, all my other cameras, I've always put the Nikon strap on, but I can see the benefit of this system. So you kind of, that one goes on there, and that one just clips in there. So you can hold it, you know, like as a traditional camera strap. And obviously, I think the idea with these is that you can slide it up and down. I thought that this metal thing here, I thought that it was like, you know, an easy way of sliding things up and down, but I thought it actually locked it, you know, once it was in the down or up position. So if you know this, is this a faulty one? Because when it's locked and down, it still slides up and down on both sides. But when it's in place, it is locked. It doesn't, you know, if you put angle pressure on, it slides down, and you can pull it up easily, but it won't open that way when you put pressure on it. So I'm assuming that that's how it is, you know, that's how it's meant to be. I always do like to use the lens doodah on the, you know, the lens cap thing there, or the hood. The other thing that you can do with this, so you know, you could carry it like that, and teaching people to suck eggs here. The other thing that you can do with this is you can attach this one to this one down here, and then it's kind of dangles like that somewhat. And I think the idea of that is that when it's, mind the microphone there, let's find somewhere to is that when it's dangling like that, you kind of pick it up and you're ready to shoot. And I think it's just easier that way than when it's hanging on there. It does feel easier. Obviously take your lens hood off, your lens cap thing off first. The other thing that you can get from Peak Designs, I've not really used, I've only had this a very short time. I haven't really done very much with it. So this is kind of just very, very early stages of of pissing around, really. The other thing that you can do is you can get a Peak Design clip, and you can put the clip on a backpack strap, which you've probably seen some people hold them here. This is just a little bit of webbing that I've put on there, and then I've used a pair of pliers to sort of actually sort of scratch the screws a bit, but it doesn't matter. But you can put it, they actually do a special thing to put this on, which I have ordered, but it's a bit delayed at the moment, but I think it'll come soon. And it's probably going to be more, you know, safer than webbing, which is why I gave it a really good crank down. But on there, then you could have, you know, so okay, we've demonstrated that one. So basically you put your belt on, and then you have that to your side there, and then that then clips in, and that's locked. You know, that's not that's not coming out, as Bella wants to demonstrate. So you can swing around, your dog can jump up at you, and you know, that's on there very, very securely. And then obviously when you want to remove it, you just press the button in and then lift it out, and again you're then, you know, taking your photographs and things like that, and it's a lot more convenient than, which is what I've always done, because this is a think tank belt, which I actually use for my hiking and camping, and it's handy for putting, you know, a drink, sorry, and it's handy for putting my GoPro. So basically I put my GoPro, I got my glasses in there a moment, but it's handy for putting my GoPro in the drink bottle, in this think tank drink bottle holder, and I take the GoPro out, do some vlogging, and then the GoPro just drops back in there. But it is, you know, it is a think tank, a belt system which attaches, which you can attach. I think Lowepro were the first ones with their street and field system, because the Lowepro street and field system was a belt system, and then you could thread things through it, and then obviously Think Tank, you know, did their own slightly different variation on it. But obviously this, you know, that would go on the belt, and then the camera would go in there. But you know, you do have to, you know, when it's on your belt, you do have to kind of unzip it. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't take that long, but you know, you got to unzip it, then you got to get the camera out. So you know, it does take a couple of seconds, whereas with that, you just press a button, lift the camera up, and then you're ready to go. Obviously just make sure it's in firmly before you let go. So when we get walking later, we will put this on here, and I am curious as to how it will go here, and then maybe tomorrow when we come back, I'll maybe put it on the rucksack strap for the walk back, just so we get an idea as to, you know, as to how that feels. As I was saying on a camping video on the Z8, a short camping video recently, this is just for more messing around really than anything else. But you know, for my main videos and things, I'm just going to carry on with the action cams because they're so much easier and less faff and everything. But we will. The only thing is, with the lens hood deployed, to be fair, it almost fits in there. Oh yeah, it fits. Yeah, so even with the lens hood deployed, it fits in there, so that's handy. Anyway, after that little bit of talking, I need another cup of tea. So I'm going to make a tea, and then we're going to pack up, and then we'll get walking, and we'll maybe try and take maybe try and take a photograph or something. I'll just show you. So that's the camera attached there. So that clips around there like that, and then that's the camera hanging there. It doesn't take long for the lens to drop. It definitely drops, and it doesn't take long when you're walking and it's bouncing around there. I think if it was able to stay really still, like up here, it probably would be okay. And maybe on a proper clip, it might not bounce so much. So maybe on that, you know, it would stay in place. But certainly on my bit of material, it's slipping. It's not going to fall off. I got a little bit of material underneath, which is the same distance as before, so that's not going. It's not going to slip. Like I said, I tightened it up with pliers. When I put a pack on, I go right shoulder first. So if I put the camera on a shoulder, if it's already going to be attached, rather than putting it on the ground, I think I'm going to have to put it on the right shoulder and see whether it works, because I think it's more designed for, you know, going on the left shoulder. There we are. Let's set up there, and then, like I say, when I want to take it out, then it comes out fairly easily, and then it clicks in. And I could, certainly with this pack, I can still get the side pockets of the pack works, and then I can put the DJI Action Cam GoPro type thing in there, and then my other side pocket is round there, which I can open and close to access. So it actually fits. Really, it does fit well there. Like I said, it's probably better up on the shoulder, but it does work. It works perfectly well there. I've put the camera up here. I can't get it off one-handed, and I'm probably going to, I had it a fraction lower. Yeah, so I think the camera works okay here. I think I just need it because it's right next to my head there. So I did try it a little bit lower, like just under the sternum strap, and that seemed not really too low, but it just seemed lower. And I thought, well, I'll raise it an inch, but steady, Bella. But I think it's a bit too high now, so I will in future, I think, just a little bit lower. I'm not going to mess around now. Let's get off this hill and down, and